Hi, this is going to be my first broadcast of 2018. I hope everybody's happy, healthy, safe, and enjoying themselves a lot this year so far, everything it has to offer. But this video is going to go political. I'm going to talk about why I believe President Trump got elected in 2016 and why so many people are freaking out. Trump, in my opinion, got elected because he not only learned from history, he applied what he learned. And most people that apply what they learned from history have a tendency to win, especially in elections. Now, the media that he calls the fake media, they predominantly, since the beginning of this country and the beginning of presidential elections, have always told people who it is that's running, why they're running, what they plan to do, what their goals are, and everything else, and they've informed the public. And originally that's what they did. They informed the public. But too many people these days have become pundits where they put their opinion as facts. And if you disagree with them, well, you must be a moron. So what Trump did is he took a look at the elections from the time of George Washington until modern day and looked at those who won and applied what he learned. And what he did is he bypassed the media with Twitter. Now, a lot of people freak out like, oh my God, somebody needs to, tell him to stop. They need to take his phone away from him. They need to get him to stop using Twitter. They need to do this. They need to do that. They basically look at him as a moron because of all the tweets that he sends out, and he must be, an airhead. But he's not. He's really very smart, because the one thing that he's learned is the more contact the presidents have had with the public, the more that they are liked. Like FDR with the fireside chats. People could sit around their radio and listen to him, and they felt like they knew who he was because he was a voice that was familiar. He was somebody that they knew. They knew from the newspapers. They knew from the TV and movie clips when that was the main form. Well, TV was really brand new when he was coming out, and usually only one or two, if you're in a small town, maybe one or two homes had a TV. But as that progressed, they began to know who he was on a personal basis because they could hear his voice and they could hear what he was saying. Now, the media originally was just print because he didn't have that technology until the beginning of the 20th century. But what Trump did, was take a look at the way that all the other people won. And here's a small little history lesson. In the late 1700s, up until today, media really does control the information. Now with YouTube and Twitter, there are other people getting out there, and sometimes the information is better than what you see on the news media. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's really fake. Somewhere in between, you have to make up your own mind as to what you're seeing, if it's real or if it's not. It's like, what are you going to believe? Are you going to believe what I'm telling you, or your lying eyes? The old saying. But Trump learned it that the media controlled it at first. And whoever won the debate in the newspapers at the time won the election. And then in the early 1900s, you had this new form come around, and it was called radio. Whoever won the radio debates usually won the election. In 1960, you had the first televised debate because more TVs were in the home, but they were simulcasting. They were broadcasting as well on the radio. And in that election, whoever listened to the debate on the radios thought Nixon won the debates. Whoever watched it thought Kennedy won. And Kennedy won the election in 1960. So they started focusing mainly in 1960 excuse me, on televised debates. And you had to win those. And in 1992, a governor of Arkansas started going on programs like Arsenio Hall and wearing cool sunglasses and playing the saxophone and hitting all the talk shows. And guess what? He won against a president that the year before Clinton started running, President Bush 41, had a over 90% approval rating. But yet here comes this young guy out of Arkansas. He goes on all the talk circuits, gets a lot of the young people behind him, and all of a sudden, he's our new president. And for a long time, since 1992, that's the way it's been. It's been go on talk shows, going on doing press junkets, doing all these certain things, and that's what Trump did. He did all that fancy stuff, but he kind of bypassed the talk shows because they were really against him. He went directly to the people using Twitter because that became the new form of communication. More important than what a talk show host thought about. Because wasn't it Stephen Colbert that said, "Come on, Trump, go. I really want you to run." It was either Stephen Colbert or one of the other late night talk. Might have been Seth Meyers. One of them was really, really hoping, "Please, Trump, run. We want you to run." Because they thought there's no way he would ever win. And they would have material the entire time. And it would be fantastic. Well, he ran. He learned from history. He applied it in a new way that they didn't think about. And it came back to bite them in the ass. He won. Because he got out directly to the people. The more you get out to the people, and you bypass the media now, and you go right to Twitter, you go right to Facebook, you go right to wherever. People like that because they think they get to know you. And now with Twitter and Facebook, you can communicate directly with the president. He can directly connect to you. And that makes it more personal. They feel more like they know him. And even though not everybody agrees with him, which is obvious, they can at least communicate with him and understand him and feel that he understands them. And that's why he won.